What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. And, well, the Phillies are just about ready to get underway. They're taking on the Atlanta Braves, and they're wrapping up what is a 3-game set between them and the Atlanta Braves. Alrighty. So, hopefully you're all doing well. Alright, we're ready to get things started. So today, I should say, Reynaldo Lopez will be on the mound for the Braves. He'll be going up against Michael Mercado. So it should be an interesting matchup on the rubber. For the Phillies, their starting lineup for today, it'll be Bryson Stott batting in the leadoff spot. Then you got Trey Turner batting second, Alec Bohm hitting third, Brandon Marsh in the cleanup spot, Nick Castellanos batting fifth, Cody Clemens sixth, and Whit Merrifield seventh, Garrett Stubbs eighth, and Johan Rojas will be batting in the ninth spot. So again, just to recap, it'll be Stott, Turner, Bohm, Marsh, Castellanos, Clemens, Merrifield, Stubbs, and Rojas. And the Braves will take the defensive side of the diamond. Reynaldo Lopez will be on the mound, and so far on the season, Reynaldo has pitched in 15 games. He's been really good for them. He has a 6-2 record, along with a 1.83 ERA. Here's the first pitch to Stott, and it's a ground ball that's rolled over towards the right side. Sliding stop by Albies, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. One pitch, and one out to start off the ball game. Lopez also with 87 strikeouts and 31 walks allowed this season. This will be his 16th start. He's looking to try to get the win. He's 30 years old. The pitch to Trey is taken all the way for strike one. From the Dominican Republic, guy that has been in the league since 2016. The 0-1 pitch, and that's swung on and missed. Spent most of his career with the Chicago White Sox from 2017 to 2023. Turner in his career versus Lopez is 3 for 5. The ball is 2 strikes, and the pitch, ground ball back up the middle, but played perfectly by Albies as he scoops it up, shuffles his feet, throws it over to first. And there's 2 groundouts to Ozzie Albies to start off the ball game. And, well, 2 away, and now Bohm is coming up to the plate. Defensively for the Atlanta Braves, well, today on the diamond for them, they got Travis d'Arnaud catching behind the plate. Then you got over at first base, it'll be Matt Olson. Riley's over at third. Middle infielders will be Albies at second and Arcia at short. All right, then the first pitch, ground ball, hit back once again to Albies. And the throw over to first is in plenty of time, and the inning is over. Left field, it'll be Eli White. Center fielder is Kelenic, and Duvall is playing out in right field. So a quick 1-2-3 inning, and we head to the bottom of the first. Braves are coming up to bat. All right. Hi, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well. Sorry about the little late start. I do apologize about that. But I hope that everybody is having themselves a fantastic day. All right. Kelenic, Albies, Riley, Olson, Ozuna, d'Arnaud, Duvall, Arcia, and White. And that is the starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves. Kelenic playing out in center field. Albies over at second. Riley's at third. Olson in the cleanup spot over at first base. Ozuna is the DH today. And then d'Arnaud is catching behind the plate. Adam Duvall is playing out in right field. He's batting seventh. Eighth will be Orlando Arcia. And batting ninth is Eli White. And on the bump today is Michael Mercado for the Phillies. And, well, Mercado had a pretty good outing in his Major League debut. Ended up going 5 innings and did everything that the Phillies could have hoped for. against the Chicago Cubs. Only allowed 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So, he's looking to get another one in the win column today. The only run that he allowed, it was the only run that he ended up allowing was a Cody Bellinger RBI double. And that was back in the bottom of the third against the Chicago Cubs. All right. Why is our live chat not working? Apologize about that. Let's go to custom browsers. Copy, delete, and paste. Ninja chat. See if this works. All right. Testing the live chat. Why isn't this coming up here? Huh, that's weird. All right. So Kelenic batting in the leadoff spot. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch is low for ball 3. All right, testing. There we go. Mercado with the 3-0, and that's inside for ball 4. Give it the Fonzarelli treatment. There we go. Final score predictions? Comment down below. Again, thank you all so much for rocking with us. Appreciate it. Ozzy Albies batting on the left side. Switch hitting second baseman will take the first pitch in the dirt. And it almost got away from Rafael Marchand. Or from Garrett Stubbs, that is, excuse me. It was inside and low. One 0 pitch, way up high for ball 2. Throw over the second base, and, well, Turner dropped it, and it goes out to center field. So there's a stolen base by Kelenic. Still thought that Turner should have been able to catch that in the dirt. Let's see again. Pitch was up high. Stubbs got on both, or got into a standing position, tried to throw a strike over to second. The throw was a little low. Turner couldn't have got to it. It was a little bit over towards his left. Pitch on the way, and that's taken outside and high for ball 3. So 7 pitches, and Mercado can't even find the strike zone. Albies hitting .266 with 8 homers and 43 RBI. And the 3-0 is finally taken for a strike. Crew chief for this afternoon, Estabrook will be behind home plate. That's Mike Estabrook. Eric Backus is at first. Las Diaz is at second. And Tripp Gibson is the third base umpire. 3-1 up high for ball 4. And there's back-to-back walks allowed by Michael Mercado. So far, not so sharp. And Caleb Cotham is going to go out there already to try to calm him down. Defensively for the Phillies, behind the plate, it'll be Garrett Stubbs. On the mound is Michael Mercado. And in the infield, the corner infielders will be Clemens at first, Bohm at third, and the middle infielders are Stott at second and Turner at short. And in the outfield, 7, 8, and 9, Merrifield, Rojas, and Brandon Marsh, Castellanos is the DH for today. Never usually see Caleb Cotham go out there this early, but obviously understandably so. Mercado's having a hard time with finding the strike zone. Caleb has really done an awesome job with these pitchers this season, and I think he does deserve a lot of credit for that. Albies is the trailing runner. He's over at first. And Kelenic is the lead runner at second. Bottom of the first. And Austin Riley's coming up to bat. It's been a pretty good series so far. And the first pitch, he takes it all the way for strike 1. Riley hitting 253, 11 homers, and 37 RBI. The 0-1 pitch, fouled back, and it goes out of play. Thank you all so much for being here, man. How is everybody today? How is everybody? The ball's 2 strikes. Mercado kicks, delivers, upstairs. Hey, JJ, if you were interested in feedback from yesterday's collaboration, your skills to describe the action have become so much better than, Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. The 1-2, and that misses wide. It was a cutter at 87. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about yesterday in a little bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Austin Riley. Mercado looks back at second and now back to the plate, and the pitch is fouled off. Mercado's from Greenville, South Carolina. His first actual outing that he pitched in was on June 24th. He just went 1 inning out of the bullpen. 2-2 on the way. On the outside corner for a called third strike, and there's 1 gone in the bottom of the first. There you go. It was a nice fastball, too, that he just painted perfectly on the outside edge, and I didn't know if Mike Estabrook was going to give him the call there, but he did. He got it. And froze him perfectly. Ranger Suarez pitched yesterday for the Phillies. It was not a sharp outing by him at all whatsoever. But there were times, though, during the game where he did paint those corners. Like what Michael Mercado did just there. The pitch to Olson, and that swung on and missed. So Matt Olson, first baseman for the Braves. 12 homers, 41 RBI, and a .239 average. 0-1, the pitch inside. Some traffic on the bases, and the Phillies are trying to get out of the inning. After 2 walks allowed by Michael Mercado. The 1-1 delivery fouled off. Olson hitting .232 with runners in scoring position. Is 2 homers and 27 RBI in that situation. The pitch, high again. We have a rookie and a backup. But to finish my thought, you need to collaborate with those at or above your ability level. I got you. 2-2 pitch, and it's a breaking ball that's in the dirt. And going over to third is Kalanick, and over to second is Albies. Yep. I appreciate that. So the count is full to Matt Olson. And the payoff pitch, here it is. It's popped up, sent out over towards shallow right field. Jogging in is Marshall, make the catch. And it's not deep enough. Kalanick thought about tagging, but the throw is drawn back over towards the mound. And there's 2 away. Hopefully that was a good pitch. Threw a curveball that ended up going pretty low. And Olson got it off the end of the bat. Sort of one swung it. If that's even a term. So 1-arm swing. Now it's Marcell Ozuna, who's due up next in the order. The pitch on the way, and that's low for a ball. Ozuna's average now is at .298. He was having a really good season. Still is. 23 homers, 72 RBI. He's up there with Alec Bohm amongst the National League leaders. The pitch up high again for ball 2. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. And hit those bells, baby. Phillies are in their gray tops, gray bottoms. Red letters on the front and the back, and numbers as well. The pitch, and it's now a 2-1 count. Braves are in there. White tops and white bottoms with blue letters on the front. Or actually, sorry, red letters on the front, blue on the back, and red numbers on the back. Since 1966, Rico Cardi leads the Braves' active leaders with 74 RBI through the first 87 games, as the pitch is outside and low for ball 3. But Marcell Ozuna is second on that list with 72. And he's tied with Andrew Jones. Hank Aaron also had 71 back in 1970. 3-2 pitch. That's low for ball 4. That's going to load the bases. 3 walks allowed in this inning so far by Mercado. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very, very much, man. That's awesome. The pitch on the way. Line drive cut by Trey Turner. So Travis d'Arnaud hit a rocket, but Trey Turner caught it. And the inning is over. So the Braves lead the bases loaded. No hits allowed by Michael Mercado. Just 3 walks. And we head to the top of the second. No score at Truist Park. All right. Yeah. So what was I going to say? What's going on, everybody? I want to first of all, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in last night. I'm very humbled. I really am, because heading into this season, I had no clue where this channel was going to go. I did not think that we would be getting this many people at this point of the season. I figured we were going to grow. I figured that we were going to, blossom and boom into something that was really cool, but I had no clue how it was really going to go. So, a couple of people reached out to me like earlier before the season started, and they were like, we should collaborate. So, obviously Dixon Way was one of those, and I did say yes to Dixon Way. And, Larry does a great job over at his channel, and he hit me up in when was it? It was like January, and he was like, we really should do this. So, I'm happy that we did it last night, because I'm the type of guy that always likes to keep my promises. I never bail out on anybody. I don't do anything like that. You know what I mean? I keep my word. I'm a man of my word. So he wanted to collab with me. We planned this out months before, and I'm really happy that we did it. It was cool, but it was a little bit different. We didn't really get to play our sound effects, and that's because I had to use the StreamYard and all this other stuff. But regardless, I'm really happy that we did it, and I want to thank you all so much for being there for me last night, because that says a lot. It was definitely different, but I am happy that we did it, because it's nice to spice things up a little bit. The pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike to Brandon Marsh. And the pitch is wide, the second pitch that is, for ball 1. So no score so far. We're in the top of the second. It's a 1-1 count to Brandon Marsh. And the next pitch, swing and a miss. That makes it now a 1-2 count. There we go. Okay. Here's the 1-2 again. Swing and a miss. And Marsh strikes out. So Stott, Turner, and Bohm each grounded out to Ozzie Albies in the first. That's how things got started. So we're in the top of the second now. It's Castellanos who dribbles the first pitch foul. 88 degrees at Truist Park. Pretty cloudy. It said that rain is in the forecast a little bit later on in the afternoon. But hopefully Mother Nature will be good to us. The 0-1 on the way. Fouled off. Castellanos has faced Reynaldo Lopez 33 times and has been successful in 11 of those at-bats. Stepped out of the box for a second. 0-2 is the count. Phillies still looking for their very first base runner. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Nick Castellanos. And there's 2 strikeouts in a row. Now, I have to say that Lopez this year has really done an incredible job with his command. He's been one of those guys that when the Braves got him, like, they had no clue what to expect out of him, and he has far exceeded their expectations. Comes Cody Clemens, and he looks at a pitch that's about a foot off the plate. Last outing, Lopez did allow 2 earned runs in 4 1/3. Ended up losing to the Giants. Next pitch is taken for a ball. And the 2-0 pitch. That's taken all the way for a strike. Outing before that, though, he went 5 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 4 walks. His ERA was at a 1.7. Pitch on the way. That's taken for ball 3. He allowed 2 homers in his last outing, but the last time he even allowed a homer before that was on April 30th. Had only given up 4 homers on the season before that time. 3-1 pitch. And that's outside for ball 4. And Clemens gets on with a 2-out walk. And the Phillies have their first base runner of the ball game. Why don't you promise the Phils will win today? Yes, sir. Right. Yeah, exactly. Y'all are the best, man. The pitch on the way to Merrifield, and he takes that one for a strike. If you guys ever do find somebody else that does play-by-play classically like we do here on YouTube or even on another platform, let me know. The ball is 1 strike, and the next pitch is fouled off. It's an 0-2 count. Lopez just gets set below the belt, kicks, delivers, and that breaking ball is wide and low. Merrifield, of course, got to see Reynaldo Lopez when Merrifield spent a lot of his career with the Kansas City Royals. Lopez, as we mentioned before, spent a majority of his career with the White Sox. 14 for 42 he is against him. And the 1-2 pitch, and there's a little soft hit out to right field for a base hit. And Clemens thinking 3, the dive will be made, and the throw is not in time. So make it 15 for 43, Merrifield is, versus Reynaldo Lopez, and that's going to put runners at the corners, and the Phillies get their first hit of the ball game. Just like that, it is rally time for the Fightins. All right. comes Garrett Stubbs. George! It's Garrett Stubbs in the pitch, and he fouls that one back. Let's see some charges in the chat. Can I get an amen? Yes, sir. What's up, 3-3 step? The ball's one strike. Up the middle is clear. Toss back over to first. Not in time, though, to get Whit Merrifield. Let me ask you something. If you're Whit here, do you steal? Yes or no? Nothing in one. And the pitch from the stretch to Stubbs. He'll pop it up. It's a foul ball, though, and it will find the seats. Michael Conforto just hit a home run. It was his 10th of the year for the Giants. The 0-2 pitch. That breaking ball is in the dirt. There's a guy that has had a lot of success against the Phillies. Hardcore says no, don't go. John says yes, do go. Merrifield did go, and he is in scoring position. So 1-2 is the count, the Stubbs, and the pitch high for ball 2. He stole. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stubbs at the dish. And the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Decided to go with a slider in the dirt. And Reynaldo Lopez won the battle. And the inning is over. So no runs. 2 men left. And we head to the bottom of the second. Braves coming back up to bat. Scoreless. All right. Some football play-by-play YouTubers ask for super chats to make them drink. I'm not a fan of that. Let's just, and this is no disrespect to them, let's call them for who they are. You know? Let's call it Manning casts. Let's call it what it is. Unless they actually do, like, the traditional play-by-play. Sip of water. Mod Squad, how many likes? Let's get a like count. Let's get a like count, baby. Phillies are off tomorrow. We'll have some pods coming out tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. I'd like to start kind of getting back into an upload routine, you know? But yeah. 49. I was going to say 493. Figured something was wrong there. But 49. All right, cool. 50. Thanks, Mod Squad. Appreciate it. Appreciate that very, very much. Don't forget, you're more than welcome to hit the super chat button and hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button as well. I don't know what the fan on. All right. Bottom of the second. Looks like Arcia is going to lead things off. Or Duval, I should say. Then it's Arcia. Did I really screw that up? Yep, I put Arcia in the 7 spot. The pitch on the way, and that's low and outside for a ball. Mercado's still pitching for the Phillies. He walked 3 guys in the first. No hits allowed, though. And the pitch. And that's taken inside for ball 2. I've heard the last two nights of announcers for the games have been super pro Braves, says Denbrew. Yeah. 2-0, and that's high, way up high for ball 3. Yeah, I don't have a problem with being pro like one team for a national cast, but call a spade a spade. You know, like keep it fair for both teams. 3-0 pitch, and that's taken all the way for a strike. Duvall's average is at 173. It's just like so hard for me to wrap my head around. 3-1 pitch, and that's swung on and missed. Adam is 35 years old. Started off his career with the Giants. Then he played for the Reds, then the Braves. The Marlins came back to the Braves, and the Red Sox, and then he came back to Atlanta again. 3-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over to deep left field, and that's Duvall's 7th homer of the season. His 191st career homer, and it's 1-0 Atlanta. Got a fastball right down the middle. Anytime you give that to Adam Duvall, he'll blast it. And it went into the second deck out in left field. Pretty long ways. The pitch on the way, and that's taken for a ball. It went about 402 feet, they say. The 1-0 pitch. And it's taken for a strike at 89, right down the pipe. The 1-1. That swung on and missed. That was Duvall's 15th homer against the Phillies. 1-2 to Arcia. It's slapped over towards the right side, past the diving stop of Stott into right field for a hit. And back-to-back hits allowed by Michael Mercado. And still nobody out in the bottom of the second. That pitch was also down the middle, and Arcia was not even looking to pull it. And this is a guy who's also really been struggling this year and has been platooned a little bit more. But he put the ball in the right spot. Here comes Eli White. And the pitch is a fastball taken for strike 1. He got called up at the very beginning of the series. And he's 0 for 7 with 3 strikeouts. The pitch. That's inside and high for a ball. The 1-1 swung on and missed. That was a nice curveball. Ended up going into the dirt, and it fooled White. He sort of half swung at it. It's a 1-2 count. 1-2 pitch. And he didn't get the call that time. It was a little bit high. And it was. It's a 2-2 at bat now. Michael Mercado's 25 years old. He's 6'4". And the next pitch fouled off. And it goes out of play. Started off his career with the Tampa Bay Rays, who selected them in the second round of the 2017 draft. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the third base side, and everybody's going to be safe. It ended up getting by Alec Bohm. It went over towards the tarp. And going on over to the second base is Arcia. And Eli White able to get his first base hit of the season. Let's see the replay here. It was a ground ball hit over to Alec Bohm, and it was a fair ball. It actually hit the line, and Bohm was able to deflect it off of his glove. Wasn't really shifted over towards the line, but they'll rule that as an infield single. Still nobody out, and 3 hits allowed in this inning by Mercado. And Jared Kelenic is due up next in the order. The pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball right down Broad Street at 94. The ball is 1 strike. And the next pitch just inside to make it now a 1-1 count. Mercado looks back at second, and now back to the plate in the 1-1, swung on, lifted out to deep right field. Marsh looks up, and it is gone. And that makes it 4-0 on the 3-run homer, and Kelenic able to punch his 10th homer of the season. It went 427 feet, and it's 4-0 Atlanta. Another pitch that was right down the middle, and Kelenic did not miss a beat on it. And Rob is looking at Caleb saying, what do we do? Oof. Kelenic sort of thought it was batting practice with the way that he swung at that pitch. Was just walking over to first, and he knew that it was going to go a long ways. 2 homers allowed in this inning. And here's Ozzie Albies, and the Phillies will get, I believe it's Jose Ruiz, warmed up in their bullpen. Nothing in 1 to Ozzie Albies. And the pitch fouled back. Sometimes there's just days like where you just don't have your stuff. And so far early on, Mercado clearly doesn't have it. The 0-2. That breaking ball is in the dirt. It's a 1-2 count now. The pitch fouled away. Phillies are 9-11 in their last 20 games versus the Braves. The next pitch, fly ball, hit out to right field. They'll stay in the yard. Marsh will just back up and make the grab just shy of the track. And finally, there's 1 gone. Braves did blow out the Phillies earlier this year, 12-4. That was not saying that this is a blowout yet, but I was wondering, when was the last time the Braves actually blew out the Phillies? I forgot it was earlier this year. The pitch on the way, fly ball, hit out over to left field, and Riley's going to fly out. And there's 2 away. It was caught by the left fielder for the Phils for out number 2. Merrifield, of course, playing out in left. And the pitch on the way is taken for a ball to Matt Olson. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 is low. Now, the good news is that Bryce Harper did run the bases again today. And they expect him to come back towards the end of next week. As the next pitch is inside and low for ball 3. They say that Kyle Schwarber is going to return on Tuesday. 3-0 pitch swung on, and that is golfed out to right center field, and that is gone in a hurry. 3 homers allowed in this inning by Michael Mercado, and Matt Olson golfed it. And you think that that's probably going to be it. Yep, Rob's going to jog on out there and say, yep, we're going to pull the plug. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Braves lead at 5-0. And Mercado just goes 1 2/3. Allows 3 walks, 3 homers, and 5 hits. And Jose Ruiz is going to come on in. Yep. Just like yesterday, why did it take so long after the first inning? He should have been gone. Well, the problem is, Serena, is that you got to get a pitcher warmed up in the bullpen. And they wanted to get... So Duvall hit a homer. Okay, Arcia gets on with a single. And then Eli White gets on with a single. And now he starts to warm up. Kelenic, I don't know how many pitches it took. I don't think it took many pitches. But he hit a 3-run homer. The pitcher, he has to warm up a little bit, you know? Takes a little bit of time to warm these pitchers up. So what they probably should have done is they probably should have called for time to make sure that Jose Ruiz had a little bit more time to warm up. But it just didn't happen like that. But you got to, like, think about it from just an analytical perspective. You know, sometimes you say, like, oh, like, why can't they take the pitcher out before? But then you have to realize, well, it takes a little bit of time for these other pitchers to get warmed up. And, yeah, sure, maybe Rob should have had, maybe you can say that Rob should have had Jose Ruiz warm up a little bit beforehand. But I don't know. It's not as easy. When they use Ruiz, you know that they're not planning to be competitive in this game. I disagree with that. Jose Ruiz, we're in the bottom of the second, guys. You're not going to go to Jose Alvarado or Jeff Hoffman here. Who else do they have in their setup role? You know? 1 ball, no strikes to Marcell Ozuna, and the pitch, and that's low for ball 2. They don't have Spencer Turnbull. They don't have Taijuan Walker. Who else is going to pitch long outings for them? 2-0 pitch. Fly ball. Hit out over to right field. And Marsh is there and he'll make the catch. And the side is retired. 8 men to come up to the plate, though. And all tag Michael Mercado. 5 runs on 3 homers allowed. And we head to the top of the third. 5-0 looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue, says 3 Step. Thank you all so much for coming on here. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the super chat button as well. If you guys want to donate to the channel, any donation is a plus to our channel. Better late than never sometimes. We can't beat the Braves in the regular season, says Tyler, and even though we just won and beat them, so we beat them on Friday, now we can't beat the Braves. Sat through this yesterday. I'm not doing it again today. I'm out, says Larry. All right. Sounds good. No, I get it. All I'm saying is that Ruiz most likely isn't going to hold them. That's understandable. But I don't know. It's a long game, man. The one thing I love about baseball, and I've always felt like this, is that anything is possible. I've really always have felt that way. Baseball is like one of those sports where we can be realistic, but there's so many unexpected things that happen during the game. It's like watching a TV show. When things start off really bad, you just don't know where it's going to take you. And it could be really bad. But if you miss out on something that's potentially really, really good, you're going to be like, well, damn, I missed that. You know? And you just don't know what's going to happen. Do you know what apps are streaming the game? NBC Sports Philly, probably MLB.com, and Play-by-Play with JJ, even though that's not an app yet. Wouldn't that be cool? What if we had an app? Ooh, that would be cool. The pitch. And that's a fastball that's taken all the way for a strike. How about that, man? What if we had an app? Oh, that'd be so cool. The ball is 1 strike. And the 0-1 is low and outside for a ball. ESPN Plus, ESPN Plus is doing the game today. I forgot about that. You are right. The 1-1. And that's taken for strike 2. Anything is possible. You are correct, JJ. Just saying. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 9, 1, and 2 due up in the order for the Fightins. Rojas at the plate. And the pitch, here it is, and that's slapped foul. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's low and outside for ball 2. I've seen some. I mean, I'm not saying the Phillies are going to come back, but watching comebacks in baseball are the best thing. 2-2 pitch, ground ball, hit over to shortstop, and Arcia has it, throws it over to first, and it's in plenty of time for out number 1. I will say, this is going to be a big day for watching the bullpen. It is. I'm actually kind of curious to see how the bullpen does. This is a test for me because we're going to be looking at a lot of arms today, and I need to see how the bullpen does against the Braves. The pitch. That's taken for a strike. And I figured that was going to be the case for today. So, maybe it's kind of a blessing that it happened like this, so that way we can see what we do have out of our bullpen, and if they can be at their A-plus game. The 0-1, that's a foot off the plate for a ball to Bryson Stott, who grounded out to second his first time up. The 1-1 pitch swung on and hit out over towards shallow center field. On the run is Kelenic, though, and he makes the catch. He is just a great athlete out in center field who covers a lot of ground for them. And there's one gone. Oh my gosh, Phillies down by 5 in the 3rd inning. Trade everyone, says JS. That's how we go, man. But it's part of the fan base, you know? Like, you learn to accept it. That's how it goes. Like, we're emotional, man. We invest our time and our money. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss to Trey Turner. He had 2 home runs in the first game of the series. They were both on 2-run homers off of Max Fried. The ball is 1 strike. Reynaldo Lopez kicks, delivers. It's in the dirt and outside. Turner's last 7 games batting .387 with 12 hits and 11 RBI. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the next one, check swing. Did Turner go? And they say no over at first. I'm just hoping that it doesn't rain. That's like the one thing that I am praying for today. 2-1. That's fouled off. Carlos Correa just got hit in the hand and just left the game for the Twins. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on top of the third. And the 2-2 delivery to Turner, and that is in there at the knees for a called third strike. Turner thought it was a little bit low, and fans signaling to try to throw Trey Turner out. And Turner's going to stay in the game, and Bohm gives him a little pat on the back and saying, keep your cool. Go to the bottom of the third. Darno, Duvall, and Arcia due up in the order when we return to action. What was the greatest comeback you have ever seen in a sporting event? The greatest comeback that you've ever seen in a sporting event? I think that's a very valid question, because I'm not saying that the Phillies are going to have to climb up a hill against this team, but they are down by a lot, and there's still plenty of time. But I think the greatest comeback that I ever saw, there's a couple, but one of them, if you've never seen the highlights, okay, go check out, at the time they were the Cleveland Indians, go check out the Seattle Mariners Cleveland Indians game back in 2001. Go check that out. Not to spoil it, but that was a really good one. Eagles versus Giants, another one. The Miracle at the Meadowlands Part 2. That was a good one. That was really cool. The other one that I would say that was also really cool is the 2016 Super Bowl. I was just going to say that. How is it not the Atlanta versus New England Super Bowl? I mean, 14-2 in baseball, to come back from that in the bottom of the 7th inning and end up tying it in the 9th, that to me was a hill to climb. Like, you're down by 12 in a baseball game. That to me is like the greatest comeback I've ever seen. Get ready for the Phils to lose the series, says Kevin D. Is this Kevin Durant that we're speaking to? And then get swept by the Dodgers by the All-Star break. Braves will only be 1-2 games back for the Phils. Book it. Sounds like a plan, Kevin. Phils came back to beat the Dodgers back in 1993, I think. What was the score of that game? 1-1 pitch to Darno. Ground ball hit over to shortstop, and the throw over to first. It's a sidearm throw by Trey Turner is in plenty of time. I'm talking about getting a backup outfielder to help the offense. What else? If you include an entire LCS as an event, yeah, that's a comeback series win. That was a great comeback series win for sure. The pitch on the way, and that's fouled off. Oh, absolutely, that's insane. I'm just saying that being down 14-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning, that's wild as well. The 0-1 pitch, and that's taken low for a ball. I will also say, as much as it pains me to say it, but the Hawks being down by 25, that was a comeback. It was a collapse by the Sixers, but that was a comeback. That's one of the best basketball comebacks I ever saw. Pitch on the way, and that was taken outside for a ball. So here's Duvall at the plate. Ruiz on the bump. The 2-1 pitch is low for ball 3. Then there was a game where the Bruins were down like 5-0 with like 5 minutes to go in the third period. And they ended up tying it. I don't remember if they won that game, though. 3-1. That's fouled back. I'll go with Phillies at Dodgers about 1990. It was 11-1 Dodgers. The Phillies got 2 in the 8th and 9 in the 9th to win it 12-11. That was a good one. Huh. 3 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch, and that's going to be floated out over to right field. Stott on the run, and he can't make the diving catch, and Marsh is just going to let it drop, and there's a bloop single by Adam Duvall. With 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd, he's able to get on base. That's as much of a blooper as you're going to get. Right off the very tippy end of the bat. And he hit it in the perfect spot. RC is up in the pitch. And that's taken for a strike. Yeah, the series comeback, that was the best that's happened in Phillies sports history. For sure. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch by Ruiz is way inside for a ball. Braves lead at 5-0. They scored all 5 runs in the bottom of the 2nd against Michael Mercado. One ball, 1 strike. And the next pitch, high bouncer, hit over to 3rd, but it is a foul ball. The sort of not pasta. Although spell check was close enough. Tommy La Pasta. Phillies 23, Cubs 22. I remember that one. That was back in 77, I believe. But that wasn't like... I mean, it was a comeback, but that was a high-scoring game. That's like the greatest, highest-scoring game of all time. The pitch. That swung on and missed. And there's a strikeout to get the 2nd out of the inning. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. And Eli White is up. And he takes it just inside for ball 1. Giants lead at 3-0 in Cleveland in the bottom of the 4th. Tigers have a 1-0 lead against Cincinnati. In the pitch, and that is chopped foul. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. And the next one is inside for ball 2. So it is a 2-1 count. And the pitch. And there's a grounder. It's a little chopper. Actually hit over to 1st. And Clemens will tag the bag after he caught the little chopper. And the inning is over. So Ruiz does a pretty good job in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Just allowing 1 hit on a blooper to Adam Duvall. We head to the top of the 4th. Apparently, I'm trying to like look. Which player? Roger Federer. I don't know if you were into tennis. I've started to, kind of get into it a little bit. But Roger Federer had some incredible comebacks. He really did. Had that one, I think it was the Australian Open back in 2009, where he ended up coming back and winning that match. I forget who it was against, but that was a pretty cool one. I mean, do we count the Tiger Woods winning and getting the green jacket? Do we count that as a comeback? Or is that just like a career comeback type of a thing? I guess we don't count that as like an actual comeback, like by being down so much in the match. But I don't know. Maybe you consider that to be a comeback too. Let me know what you think down below. I'll tell you another really good one. Top of the fourth, as Alec Bohm is up to bat. And the pitch on the way, there's a ground ball. It's hit sharply over to third, backhanded by Riley, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. Bohm grounds out, and Brandon Marsh is coming up. No comeback. That was a feat. Yeah, okay. That's yeah. Yeah, that wasn't a comeback in the actual sporting event. That was just, yeah. That's a good way to put it. I'm waiting for my hairline for it to come back. I'll be praying for that too, man. We'll be talking. We'll be sending prayers for that too. We will. Different type, but I guess it's the same thing. 1-0 pitch, and that's down low for ball 2. That's like something that John Kruk would say. You know what I mean? That's like a John Kruk humor type of a thing to say. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch, that looks a little bit low for ball 3. Reynaldo Lopez pitching for the Braves. Pitching a gem so far. 3-0 pitch, and that's low for ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk. Here in the top of the fourth. Thanks, JJ. It is. That's like a John Kruk humor type of a thing to say. This is career start number 113 for Reynaldo Lopez. He has a 4.04 career ERA through 9 seasons. Well, this is his 9th season. And the pitch is inside. And again, his ERA coming into today for this season was at under a 2. 1.83 to be exact. 1 ball, no strikes to Castellanos. The windup and the pitch, and that's low for ball 2, so Lopez can't find the strike zone. Matt Strom is warming up in the Phillies bullpen. The good news is that they have an off day tomorrow. Oh, the game ain't over, Dr. MP. We're still in the top of the fourth. We had a long ways to go. 2-0 pitch, and that's low for a ball. Throw over to second base. Not in time, and Marsh is in scoring position. It is a 3-0 count now to Castellanos. 7 balls in a row thrown by Reynaldo Lopez. It was just below the knees, too. You know, I have to laugh. It's not to throw, like, Larry under the bus, but Larry says, even if I'm usually, like, at the game, even if I'm tuning in. Actually, no, sorry. Never mind. Forget what I was going to say. 3-0 pitches in there for a strike. This is different because he's tuning in. He's not at the game. He said that he would never leave the game early, even if it's a blowout. I had to retract my thought. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball at 95. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe as well. And hit the notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when we go live for a Phillies, a Sixers, or an Eagles game. Or if we do podcasts for them as well. Clemens in the on-deck circle. It was a 3-0 count, and the count is now full to Castellanos. 1 out, top of the fourth. Runner at second, and the 3-2 on the way, and that is fouled off. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say because I was looking at a lot of things. 3-2, and that's fouled off again. I did want to say before, though, one of the best things that I saw. I used to be a MLB Network junkie. Like, I used to love watching MLB Network. And I will never forget the last day of the regular season back in 2011. 3-2 pitch, and that's fouled again towards the rail. Dallas is here. Haven't seen Dallas in a while. What's up, Dallas? How you doing? Three balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch to Castellanos, and he takes it just down low for ball 4. Oh, man. Didn't even... Sort of almost had a check swing there, but they didn't even appeal it. And I'm not saying that he did go, but good hold up there by Nick. And it's rally time for the Phils. Charge! Clemens up to bat. Steps up to the left side of the box in the pitch. Ground ball over to first base, and the throw over to second. There's one, and no throw back over to first. Hit it really sharply. Marsh does go over to third. Thank goodness that Lopez didn't really get the fastest jump from the mound over to first base. That was a big play, though. It really was. Olson was able to backhand it and throw it on the run over to second. The ball gets by him. It's a base hit. So there's 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Phillies definitely should get a run here. And Merrifield's coming up to bat. Pitch to Witt. Fouled away. Prince Monito's here. Prince! What's going on, man? I think I see you in DJ's chat some of the time. Merrifield today 1 for 1 with a single and a stolen base. 15 for 42 against Reynaldo coming into today. And the next one is fouled away. Of course, shout out to DJ Eastwood. Philly Tick with RB. Michkovsky. All them Sixers content creators out there. The ball's 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the 4th. 2 runners on, and the next pitch, and there's a little slow chopper over to second base, and the throw over to first is in time. And the inning is over. Phillies leave runners at the corners. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Kelenic, Albies, and Riley all due up for the Braves. Just kicking and supporting our Philly peoples. I love it, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate it. JJ Bobichette is back on our injured list. That stinks. That sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? You guys being here to support us. That does not suck at all. That's really awesome, and I appreciate that very much. And again, I want to thank you all so much for... for those of you that did come out last night to support us, we did a collaboration. We talked about it, like months before the season even started. And, I really appreciate you guys rocking it with me. For those of you that did stay on yesterday, I really had a nice time, and I was really happy that we did it just to change things up a little bit. It's definitely a little bit different, but we had a cool time. We really did. It was great. 1 hit through 4 innings is not good, says Tyler. It's not. Support is what we can do in times of struggle, says Hardcore for All. That's true. That is absolutely true. Bottom of the 4th, Braves back up to bat. And Matt Strahm will be pitching for the Phils. Strahm has a 1.64 ERA in 35 games. Bottom of the 4th, 5-0 Atlanta. and the pitch, and that's taken for a strike. They need Gatorade, says my aunt. I'm sure that they need more than Gatorade. They could probably use some coffee and some more things too. It's what is it? 88 degrees out there. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike. So it's a 0-1 count. The ball is 1 strike. And the windup and the pitch, and that's wide for a ball. You know, I always forget to say this, but if you are tuning in on Twitch, if you're tuning in on X, or if you're on Facebook, please give us a like down below and a follow. I think we're at like 600 or 700 followers on Facebook, which is pretty awesome. The pitch, and that swung on and missed. But make sure that you go follow us on there too. And if you can, come on over to YouTube, if you can. Raymond, what's up, Raymond? How you doing? Hello, JJ from the Dominican Republic. Thank you, man. Shout out to you for being here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. It looked a little bit outside, but it's a called strike 3 by Estabrook. And Kelwinick does not agree with the call. And there's 1 gone in the bottom of the 4th. So the Phillies bullpen able to get their 2nd strikeout of the game. Mercado just lasted 1 2/3. He walked the bases loaded in the 1st. Did get out of the inning. But then in the 2nd, he allowed 3 homers. Pitch to Albies, and that's taken for a ball. Albies batting on the right side of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch popped up and hit over towards the right field side in foul ground. Clemens will give it a look, and it'll find the seats. My weather says 95, but it feels like 99, so that's nice. Prince says, I didn't go to sleep till 4 or 5 a.m. It was 94 degrees with an AC and fan on. Oof. That's rough. Yeah, you know, 1 ball, 1 strike. Strom kicks, delivers, and the pitch is popped up and hit out over towards right center field. Castellanos, or Marsh will get under it, excuse me. Marsh is there to make the catch out in right field. I'm hoping that if I ever, if I ever find a partner, or if I ever date somebody, you know, that's the one thing that we gotta have in common, you know. It has to be cool in the room in order for me to go to sleep. It has to be. I do well when the body temperature goes down. It has to be cool. Or I gotta find, or maybe I could just find a way to cool down my body temperature, and I gotta put in that extra work. So maybe I'll have to make that sacrifice. 1 ball, no strikes, in the pitch to Riley. Fly ball hit out over to left field, and jogging on in is Merrifield, and the catch is made, and the side is retired. So Strom able to provide a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning, and we head to the top of the 5th. Phillies trail 5-0. I might just have to find a way to just cool my body down, and when it's like time for bed, and even if she likes it hot, or has to have like a lot of blankets on or whatever it is, but keep the room warm, I'll have to figure that out. But we're not there yet. First we got to get into, first we got to get back to the dating stuff. And you take it 1 bit at a time. Hey, JJ, let's go Phillies. Let's go Phils, man. Let's go Phillies. Nobody likes it hot in the summer. You're good, says Hardcore for All. Well, yeah, well, some people... But let's see, here's the thing, is that some people they like the room hot. You know what I mean? Like, they like it like 75 or like 73. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, like, when I go to bed, I gotta sleep. Like, it has to be like 69, 68, or else it takes me a little bit of time to go to sleep, you know? Or I just gotta find a way to cool the body down. Did I text Barbara? Barbara didn't even have my number. I don't know who Barbara is. Like, so for those of you that don't know, there was a person that came on here last night, and she was like, "Yo, text me." And I was doing my collab with the Dixon Way, and I'm like, "Dude, I don't have your number. Like, like, who are you?" No, that was really creepy. Yeah, Prince Manito, put cloths over your windows, put towels under the doors, keep the room dust-free so no moisture gets caught. That's the key. And also dehumidifier. Dehumidifiers help as well. Top of the fifth, and the pitch to Garrett Stubbs is low for a ball. Barb was selling AC units. One ball, no strikes in the pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Phillies will have Tyler Phillips warming up in their bullpen. He was called up for Junior Marte, and they'll probably pitch the bottom of the fifth inning. The dude's here. What's going on? One ball, one strike to Garrett Stubbs. Phillies trail 5-0. Braves scored all 5 runs in the bottom of the second against Michael Mercado. Pitch by Lopez. Way up high for ball 2. Mod Squad, how many likes do we have? Give us a like count. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's off the plate for ball 3. Lopez with 62 total pitches. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. No windup in the pitch. And that's taken for strike 2. Where have you been, dude? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer. Just curious because we missed you, man. 97 likes. 3 more till we get to 100. 3-2 pitch. And that's bounced foul. It's a 3-2 count. Cardinals lead 3-2. Giants lead 3-2. Phillies do not lead 3-2. They're down 5-0. Payoff pitch. And that's bounced foul again. Next pitch popped up, and it's going to go into the seats once again. It's a foul ball. JJ, yesterday's collab, how can that kind of thing be improved? That is the question. Get back to that thought. 3-2 on the way, and another foul ball. How about this at bat here by Garrett Stubbs? It's hard. You know, not a lot of people do what we do on here. And I felt like I needed to keep my promise. You know what I mean? 3-2 pitch on the way. That's hit out over to right field. On the run is Kelenic, though, and he'll make the catch. There's one gone. Part of the problem was that it is so hard to do a collab, like when you're doing a play-by-play virtually, because you're not synced up when you're watching the game. But in regards to yesterday's, you know, we talked about it before the season started, and I agreed to do it. Pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike. But see, I'm embracing that we do something different on here. So it's no disrespect to anybody. It's nothing that anybody else has done. We just do it different, you know? That's just how it is. I'm not saying that it's not good to collaborate with people because, of course, like for a podcast, like that's different. But when it comes to doing the play-by-plays, this is so unique. The pitch on the way, and that is fouled off the net behind home plate, and it's an 0-2 count. Hardcore, stop ignoring me. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, top of the 5th. Base is empty in the 0-2 pitch, and Rojas gets caught looking at a fastball at 98 miles per hour right down the pipe. Didn't even flinch, nothing. And he goes down looking. Reynaldo Lopez has the 4th lowest ERA in first 15 starts of a season since they kept track of that in 1966. That's in Braves franchise history. And the pitch is taken for a strike to Bryson Stott, who's 0 for 2. Greg Maddux did that 3 times. 3 of the lowest ERA in his first 15 starts of a season since 1966. One, and that's to make it an 0-2 count. He had a 1.75 ERA in 1998. He also had a 1.59 ERA in 1995. And in 1994, he had a 1.52 ERA. Tom Glavine also had a 1.53 ERA in 2002. Next pitch, and that's fouled off. Phil Niekro had a 1.85 ERA in his first 15 starts in 1967. And again, Lopez is 30 years old. And when you're joining that company, that's pretty special. 0-2 pitch. And that is a breaking ball in the dirt. Make it a 1-2 count. Two outs, nobody on. Top of the 5th. And it's a 1-2 count. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the next pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Reynaldo Lopez now at 76 pitches. Correct. That's correct. 2-2 pitch. Slow bouncer hit over towards first base, and Olson gets to it before it rolls foul, and he tags the bag as well. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-0 Atlanta. Olson, Ozuna, and d'Arnaud coming up to bat, and then a 1-2-3 inning by Reynaldo Lopez. They gotta be hot. I see no energy. Kind of dragging their feet-ish. You stick more to an impartial play-by-play while keeping the rooting interest a bit more subdued with an occasional ringing of the bell. Larry seems to do it as more of an outright rooting thing. And again, like, it's different, you know? That's right. Absolutely right. It's a good way to put it. That is a good way to put it. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Thank you all so much for being here. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Braves lead at 5-0. And yeah, man, it's been a blast doing this. This is we've been doing this now for 18 months, guys. 18 months. It's just absolutely wild. Sidekick, I mean Allah. I mean like Kate and Allah. Yeah, but the hard thing about it is that, seriously, like when I say it, it'd have to be done in person. I'm not like gonna keep harping on it because I don't want to keep dwelling on it, but it's really, really hard to do it over the digital airways. And that's another reason why I wasn't able to play my sound effects yesterday, because I wasn't using my same setup. I used a different setup because I like this setup better. A lot of people use StreamYard. A lot of streamers do that, and they'll use Restream. But I really like OBS. It's just so different. Like, you can be so creative here on OBS, And, yeah, it's great. Dixon Way Raid. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? How you all doing, man? Thank you so much. Tyler Phillips will be pitching for the Phils. I appreciate y'all so much for being here, man. Larry, thanks again for last night. I really, really do appreciate that. Next pitch, and that's taken for a strike. To make it now a 1-1 count. The 1-1 is outside for ball 2. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you all coming on here to raid us. Means a lot. 2-1 pitch, and that is bounced foul. Tyler Phillips, 26 years old. He's from Lumberton, New Jersey. Went to Bishop Eustis. Not that far away from me, and the 2-2 on the way. A curveball that's on the outside corner for a called third strike. And that's how Phillips will make his debut for the Phillies. He strikes out Matt Olson looking. That's pretty special. Thank you all so much for popping on last night. Northside, Mactown, thank you so much for coming on here. Appreciate it very, very much. Here's Marcell Ozuna. Bottom of the 5th in the pitch, inside for ball 1. Orioles play what time? 4:07? Okay. Just out of curiosity. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch, a 95-mile-per-hour heater, taken for a strike. You guys stop kicking our butt today? Thanks. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. It's a 1-2 count now. Bottom of the 5th, Phillies down 5-0 against the Atlanta Braves. 1 out, nobody on, and it's a 1-2 count. Phillips is the 4th pitcher used today by the Phillies. And the 1-2 on the way, swing and a miss. So he strikes out Matt Olson and strikes out Marcell Ozuna. And there's 2 gone. How about Phillips, man? That is awesome. What a story. It's his major league debut today. Travis d'Arnaud up to bat. And the pitch is swung on and missed. d'Arnaud 0 for 2. He's lined out and grounded out today. And the 0-1 on the way. A sweeper that swung on and missed for strike 2. He is in cruise control. His 12th pitch coming up. And the 0-2, here it is. Swing and a miss. How about Tyler Phillips just striking out the side in his major league debut? His significant other is crying. She's here in the stands. And we head to the top of the 6th. That is unbelievable. Good for him. That is really cool. Phillies coming up to bat. That's a cool side story. Tyler Phillips, man. Just got called up for Junior Marte. And strikes out the side in his MLB debut. Who else has struck out the side in their MLB debut? I do a watch along with my buddy for wrestling events. I just use OBS and I use Twitch's stream together to get his video and audio on stream. Works pretty well. Huh. I use Twitch's stream. I don't think you didn't have a Twitch. Huh. That's interesting. That's really awesome. Good for him, man. The first inning of Tyler Phillips' MLB career. Matt Olson strikeout, Marcell Ozuna strikeout, and the Travis d'Arnaud strikeout. That's awesome. This guy was just promoted. And there was a story that was written about. It was written by Todd Zalecki. Okay, it was written yesterday, and you guys should really go check it out. He said in the article that Phillips, the title is called "From Phillies Fan to Doorstep of MLB Debut," as we head to the 6th inning. And the one thing about the article that I thought was interesting is that they said that Phillips' late grandfather, Frank, was such a diehard Phillies fan that he called Phillips' father, Dan, following every victory. He would say, "Did you see Ryan Howard? Did you see that home run?" And that's how his love for baseball started. The ball is 1 strike to Trey Turner, and the next pitch is taken for strike 2. Phillips and his girlfriend, Rochelle, they have a 3-year-old son. His name is Frank, right after his grandfather. The ball is 2 strikes, and the pitch, swing and a miss, and Turner strikes out. And there's 1 gone in the 6th. It was reported that his first Phillies game that he attended was back in 2001. But it was based on the score that his father remembers. It was a 20-something blowout victory over the Cubs at Veterans Stadium. And that was when Phillips was about 18 months old. His favorite player was Scott Rowland. But he turned to Jimmy Rollins once Scott Rowland apparently got traded to the Cardinals in 2002. Bohm up to bat. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch is low for ball 2. Apparently, though, when the Phillies won the World Series, his mom, her name was Rosanna, did not allow him to skip school. I didn't go to the parade, though, either. 2-0, and that's fouled off. But that's really just an incredible story. To have that type of a bond with your father and your grandfather over baseball, watching Phillies games, and to see him at the big league level, making his major league debut in a Phillies uniform and striking out the side, that's a feat that will probably never be replicated. Or it's hard to replicate and put that into words. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, top of the 6th to Alec Bohm. The windup and the pitch, and that's low and away for ball 3. Reynaldo Lopez still on the bump for Atlanta. They lead at 5-0. They scored all 5 of their runs in the bottom of the 2nd. Payoff pitch to Bohm, and that is a rocket launched down the right field line. It is a fair ball. It takes a weird bounce. Bohm thinking 2, and he will jog into second base standing up. Duvall finally gets to it, and there's a 1-out double. That's the first extra base hit today by the Philadelphia Phillies. So it's a 1-out double, and Bohm is in scoring position. Charge! That was a screamer. And now Brandon Marsh coming up to bat. Bohm leads the league now in doubles. That was his 30th of the season. And the pitch taken all the way for a strike at the kneecaps to Brandon Marsh. The ball is one strike. And the next pitch to Marsh, and that is fouled away. Tyler Phillips, according to Paul Casella, is just the 5th Phillies pitcher in history to pitch a full inning and strike out every batter he faced in his MLB debut. 0-2 pitch, ground ball, it is fair down the first base line, but Olson does get to it, and the throw is made back over towards the pitcher to cover the bag for out number 1, and going over to third base is Bohm. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. So Phillips joins the list of JoJo Romero back in 2020. JC Ramirez, who did it back in 2013. Angelo Lopez, who did it in 1956. And Frank Scanlan, who did it back in 1909. So he's the 5th pitcher in Phillies history to pitch a full inning and strike out every batter he faced in his MLB debut. Pitch on the way, and that's fouled off to Nick Castellanos. The ball is one strike. The pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over to straightaway center field. Kelenic tracks it down, though, and he'll make the catch. And the inning is over. No runs. One man left over at third. It was Alec Bohm. And we played 5.5 full innings, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. Five nothing Braves. Okay. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well, guys. We got 181 people tuning in, 110 likes. Don't forget about that. Incoming raid. Oh, we got a raid. Wow. What's up, George? Who's raiding us now? Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very, very much. Phillies Player Development posted on their Twitter page that number 16 prospect, Emarion Boyd, number 3 prospect, Justin Crawford, and number 22 prospect, Hendry Mendez, and Leandro Pineda all launched homers in the Blue Claws' 7-6 win yesterday. Leandro Pineda, I got to see him last year, too, with the Blue Claws, and he looks pretty good. Maverick Sports Stream. What's going on, Maverick? How you doing, man? Here, let's add you as a mod, and you're more than welcome to drop your link down below, my guy. Drop that link. You know what I'm saying? Do that. Thank you so much for rating us, man. I really appreciate it. Comes Adam Duvall. And still out there is Phillips to pitch the bottom of the 6th, and the pitch is taken all the way for strike 1. The ball is one strike, and the next pitch he throws a sweeper that's at 82 miles per hour. Duvall today 2 for 2 with a solo homer and a single. The ball is 2 strikes, and the pitch is low for a ball. Phillips was a 2015 draft pick by the Texas Rangers. 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. 4 strikeouts by Phillips. Oh my gosh. That's unbelievable. Just keep feeding the hot hand, man. Strikes out the side and strikes out Adam Duvall. Here's Arcia, and he takes a pitch that looked a little bit inside by a hair. Arcia's 1 for 2. He singled in the second and scored a run. See, this is what Larry's missing. This is what everybody else is missing. This is pretty cool stuff. 1-0 pitch, and that's a foul ball. Born on October 27th in 1997 in Lumberton, New Jersey. So he's a year older than me. He's from Pennsauken. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch, and that's taken all the way for strike 2 at 95 miles per hour. One ball, 2 strikes. And the next pitch, low and away for ball 2. He had an 18-0 record at Bishop Eustace, along with a 1.02 ERA in his senior year. 2-2 pitch, and that's a foul ball. Two balls, 2 strikes, a sweeper, a sinker, a curveball, and a 4-seamer. And here's the 2-2, and there's another foul ball. It was a curveball that's just fouled off. Six pitches in this at-bat. Two balls, 2 strikes, and here's the 2-2 on the way, swung on and lifted out to left field. It's going to stay in the yard, though. Merrifield's there to make the catch, and finally an out that is not a strikeout. He struck out the first 4 batters that he faced, but he does have Arcia fly out to left. Wonder if Davis Schneider knows him. The pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over to left field, and that ball is gone. So Eli White able to get his second hit of his career, and that's a homer off of Phillips. And that makes it 6-0 Atlanta. Just gave up a hanger right out over the middle of the plate, and White was able to take advantage and just scorch it out to left field. So the Braves get 1 back. And it's 6-0. And now Kelenic is up at the plate. Here's the pitch, and that's way inside for a ball. Jared Kelenic had a 3-run homer, a walk, a stolen base, and he's 1 for 2 on the afternoon so far. And the pitch, it's a ground ball foul towards the first base side. That's the first run allowed by a Phillies pitcher since the 2nd inning. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Next pitch, and that's a foot off the plate for ball 2. I guess this is probably going to be his last batter. But he's looked very strong out there overall today. Next pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss. Boy, was that deceiving. Came in inside at 93 miles per hour. It looked like it was going to catch the inside corner, but it just dipped at the last second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch to Kelenic, and that is just fouled off. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts by Phillips. And we head to the top of the 7th. What a debut for him today. He does allow a solo homer to Eli White, but really powerful swing and miss stuff by him today. And the Phillies are coming up to bat at 6-0 Atlanta. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, guys. All right. Time for a sip of water. Damn, the book of Eli White is now open. Says Tree Fitty. What's up, man? Tyler Phillips went 5 up, 5 down. This is posted by Luke Arcani with 4 strikeouts, including striking out the side in the 5th. The first hit allowed of his career is a homer by Eli White. It's 6-0 Braves. Phillies get out of the 6th. He has 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. Cool stuff. 178 people tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Love each and every one of you. Y'all are the best. So we head to the top of the 7th. 2 hits today by the Fightins. That's it. They've gotten outscored 6-0. They will have an off day, and they'll head back home to face the Dodgers. It seems like Kyle Schwarber's going to return to action on Tuesday. And then Bryce Harper will return later in the week against the Oakland Athletics. Dylan Lee is going to come on in relief for Reynaldo Lopez, so his afternoon is done after 6 innings. Dylan Lee has a 2.06 ERA in 35 innings of work, 36 strikeouts and 11 walks allowed. Clemens due up to bat, and he takes the first pitch way up high for ball 1. Clemens wearing the red batting gloves, batting on the left side, keeps the bat just above his shoulder, and the 1-0, he takes it all the way for strike 1. So for 1 today, he did walk in the 2nd on 1 delivery, and he foul tipped it into the glove for strike 2. Dylan Lee, 29 years old. He'll be 30 on August 1st. 1-2 pitch, and the breaking ball is in the dirt and laid off. Joined the Atlanta Braves back in 2021. It was his rookie season and ended up winning a World Series with them. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss on a slider at 83 on the gun. And Lee able to record the first out via strikeout to Cody Clemens. Sal Perez just recorded his 1,500th career hit for the Kansas City Royals. Congratulations to him. And speaking of former Royals members, Whit Merrifield up to bat. And he takes a strike. Just at the kneecaps. Lee winds up and fires. It's just laid off by Whit. Average sits at 193. Singled back in the second and also stole a base. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch, swing and a miss. One and two. 1 out. And the next pitch is tapped foul. Dylan Lee played college baseball for Fresno State. Ended up being drafted by the Marlins in the 2016 MLB draft. It was in the 10th round. Also started the 4th game of the 2021 World Series in the 1-2 on the way. Line drive it out over to left field for a base hit and whip Merrifield as a 2-hit game. So there's a little silver lining. Ended up getting a little flare out to right field his first time up. And this time he flares that one out to left. Didn't really hit it that sharply, but one out, top of the 7th, and a runner over at first. And now it's Garrett Stubbs' turn to come on up to the plate. And he looks at a pitch that's way up high for a ball. The other really wild thing about Dylan Lee is that he was undrafted out of high school. 1-0 pitch. And that is swung on and missed. I mean, you think about a lot of the players, right? Like, they'll get drafted out of high school. Maybe they're a 22nd round pick. But, they decide to go to college to try to earn up their stock. But this kid was undrafted out of high school. Went to play for the Bulldogs. The pitch is low for ball 2. And was a 10th round pick, and he's been with the big league club since 2021 and won a World Series. It's another cool story. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next one is swung on and missed by Garrett Stubbs. 2-2. 1 out. And a runner at first. Phillies down 6-0, top of the 7th. And another foul ball. Stubbs has put up some long at-bats today. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Top of the 7th. And a runner at first. The 2-2 pitch, it's a little dribbler that's hit back over towards the catcher, and the throw over to first is in time, so it was sort of like a sacrifice bunt. Darno had to take off the mask, and there's 2 away. So that'll put Merrifield over at second base with 2 outs. Yohan Rojas will step into the box now. And time called really quickly. For those of you that don't know, I called Blue Rocks games and did Blue Coats games as well for the NBA G League when I was in college. The pitch to Rojas is taken for a strike. I did get to see Yohan Rojas and Bryson Stott when they played for another blue team. They're called the Jersey Shore Blue Claws. That's the Phillies high A team. When they played against the Wilmington Blue Rocks. And the 0-1 is fouled off. But Rojas definitely showed flashes with his defense at the time. And Stott was playing second, short, and third in one of the games that I saw. And I knew that he was going to be a good ball player. Time called by Yohan Rojas. I think Ethan White was on the team too, and Ethan White now is in AAA. Ethan had some pop in the bat. The ball is 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at second. And here's the 0-2. That's flared out over to center field. Albies comes on and he makes the basket catch. That was not easy. You had Kelenic and Duvall having to communicate with each other, and they almost all 3 collided, and Albies just made the basket catch. He turned over to the shoulder, and that was absolutely huge. Bottom of the 7th, Phillies leave another man in scoring position, and it's stretch time at Truist Park. That was wild. All right, time for Phillies trivia. All right, I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question. And, yeah, man, should be an interesting one. So this 7th inning trivia question, of course, is brought to you by Ethan Baumholtz of Advisors Mortgage. If you're looking to purchase or refinance a primary residence, a second home, or investment property in New Jersey or Pennsylvania, my guy Ethan Baumholtz, who used to be a coach of mine, he's one of my mentors personally and professionally. He's really been an incredible person. Just got honored at the JCC a couple of weeks ago for all his work that he's done for the Achad Squadron basketball program, which I was a part of. Over 20 years of experience, Ethan is dedicated to making your mortgage process smooth and stress-free, and will find the best mortgage solutions tailored to your needs. Call Ethan today at 609-230-5558 in order to get a quote today. All right, so here we go. It is trivia time. I'm going to ask you a trivia question. If you get it right, you'll hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. We'll do this one. I like this one. Which team did... Nah, we won't do that one. I'm sorry. The Phillies have 2 World Series. How many do the Philadelphia/Kansas City/Oakland Athletics have? We'll do that one, okay. The Phillies have 2 World Series. How many do the Philadelphia/Kansas City/Oakland Athletics have? You have the Philadelphia Athletics, the Kansas City Athletics, and the Oakland Athletics. Just take a wild guess. Wild guess, anybody. Come on, fire away. Just give me a number. Give me a number. If the Phillies have 2 World Series, 0. That is incorrect. Phillies have 2 World Series. How many do the Philadelphia Athletics, the Kansas City Athletics, and the Oakland Athletics have? 9. Good job. That is correct. 9 is correct. Good job, Denbrew. Appreciate that. And congratulations to you, my friend. Good stuff. 9. 9 was correct. Still pitching now is Phillips. I'm surprised he's going to go out there. He had 6 or more innings in 12 of 15 starts this season at Lehigh Valley and pitched in 2 complete games. Maybe he's the future 5th starter for them. 9, yeah. Between Philadelphia, Kansas City Athletics, and the Oakland Athletics, yeah, 9. More? I got to save some of these trivia questions for later, man. We do this every day. I can't spill all these trivia questions. If it was like for the Eagles or something, then yeah, sure. But you only get a limited amount, and there's 162 games. Asking again, who's done enough to stay up once Schwarber, Harper, and JT return? I don't know, man. It's a tough spot. They're going to have to DFA Whit Merrifield. Unless they can try to get a trade for him. I don't know. I really don't know. Chat, do you have any answers? Pitch on the way. And that's taken for a strike to Ozzy Albies. Albies 0 for 2. He walked in the first. And the pitch. And that is swung on, hit out over to right center field. Rojas will go over towards the alleyway. And he'll make the grab to get the first out. So ever since the second inning, the Braves offense has only produced 1 run on 2 hits. That's it. Phillies bullpen has done a really good job. Pitch to Austin Riley is low. Is David Dahl out of options? 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch is low and outside for ball 2 to Austin Riley. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch on the way. It's a fastball, and it's swung on hit out over to left field for a base hit, and Riley will jog on over to second base as Merrifield does. Toss it back over towards the cutoff man. And there's a 1-out double by Austin Riley. That's his first hit of the game. Riley before yesterday was on a 4-game hitting streak. One out, bottom of the 7th. And Matt Olson is up to bat. And the pitch. And that's taken, it was a curveball right down the middle at 80 miles per hour. They should have an options tracker website. Ball is 1 strike in the pitch, and that's pulled over towards the first base side. Pretty well hit, but Stott does get to it and gobbles it up, throws it over to first, and, well, Riley will jog on over to third, but there's 2 outs. I'll bring up Marcell Ozuna. The pitch is low for a ball. Anybody know who has the highest Phillies payroll for this year? Highest payroll salary for this year? 1-0 pitch, and that is fouled off. I wonder if Scott Kingery will ever be called up again. Well, he doesn't have a spot on here, and neither does Derek Hall. Another one. 1-1. That's low for ball 2. I'd rather Marchand than Stubbs right now. Yeah, but playoffs matter. So I would give it to Stubbs just because of the clubhouse leadership. You know what I mean? Like, he does do that. Like, he does spark the clubhouse, and he's just a nice guy to come off the bench. So I would give it to Stubbs just because, and he has more consistency with the pitchers. That all matters. So when you're talking about intangibles, you got to keep Stubbs. Who has the highest payroll? It is not Zach Wheeler right now. No. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. And the pitch, there it is. Strike 3 called at the knees. Once again, Tyler Phillips able to get another strikeout. That's the 2nd time that he has struck out Marcell Ozuna today. And we head to the 8th. Phillies down 6-0. Stubbs can come back up in September. Yeah, but the problem is that JT's going to need days off. And I'm not saying that Rafael Marchand is terrible, but I'm in a championship now window, and maybe it doesn't make that much of a difference, but I want a guy who's like one of my guys who's just in the clubhouse that's just a really good dude, right? Who understands his pitchers, who has consistency with his pitchers. I want that guy on my team. If he gets sent down, that's not, and the Phillies wouldn't do this. Like, they'd send Marchand back down. But Stubbs has been that guy that has really rallied the troops, and it's not like he's a terrible, backup catcher. He's a pretty good catcher. So, and he comes in for JT about like once every 2 weeks or so. So I would just give it to the guy that has the consistency. We're on a win now team, and I don't want to mess up with that locker room. You know what I mean? Because of the intangibles. Is it JT who has the highest payroll? No. JT does not have the highest payroll. The highest payroll on the Phillies right now for this season is Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper has the highest payroll right now. Harper's payroll salary this year is at $27.5 million. You're a Phillies fan? Well, it's in the background. And, I'm wearing a hat as well. So, I guess that makes me a Phillies fan. Promo code, let me. Okay, no thank you. All right, my guy. Well, you don't have to stay. I'm not. Not doing that. Call me a wannabe CeeLo? Okay, my guy. Well, what the heck, bro? Top of the 8th. And Bryson Stott's coming up to bat. You got some weird people on here sometimes. A wannabe CeeLo. On the go with CeeLo. I love my boy on the go with CeeLo. But come on, man. The pitch, and that's inside and low for a ball. 6-0 Braves. Phillies are down to their final 6 outs. Bryson Stott's up to bat. 1 ball, no strikes in the pitch, and that's on the outside edge for a strike. So Johnson is on the bump now for the Braves. The 1-1, here it is, and that's taken for strike 2. It's Pierce Johnson. Pierce, 33 years old. One ball, 2 strikes. Johnson kicks and delivers, and Stott will shoot that one foul. One-two pitch. That was a little bit outside, but it's a called strike 3 by Mike Estabrook, and even Bryson Stott's not happy with that call. Well, there's 1 out in the top of the 8th. Loading up my baseball game to see who still has options to be sent down and who would have to be DFA'd for the Phils. Thank you. Thanks for being a spotter for me there. That's what they call it. Thanks for spotting me. When you're looking up information that I don't have at hand, that's what a spotter is used for. Pitch to Trey Turner is low for a ball. The one thing I got to start doing is for football this year, I got to make my spotting boards. I want to start doing that this week. That's a goal of mine. I might actually start doing that today. 1-0 pitch, and ooh, that hits Trey right square on the shoulder. He ducks out of the way. The helmet came flying off. And he's going to be rewarded first base. He does get up, but that hit him square on the front shoulder. Yikes. Nothing intentional. But it's still one of the scariest things in all of baseball. I see a pitch coming really fast at you and you have to get out of the way. Oof. So here comes Al Bohm. And the pitch is swung on and missed. The ball is one strike. One out, top of the eighth. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's get a light count, guys. And the 0-1 pitch, and that's lined off of the pitcher, Pierce Johnson, and the throw over to first is in time. So it was hit over, it was bounced off of his left side, and Bohm hit it really sharply. It just took a really weird bounce, and Johnson had to go running after it and made a little toss over to first. The trainer is going to go out there to check up on him and see if he's all right. But Turner does advance over to second base. Hit him right on the thigh. Another uncomfortable feeling. So I'll bring up Brandon Marsh. Wilson Contreras with his third homer in his last 5 games for the Cardinals. That's also pretty impressive, too. Marsh up to bat. Two outs. Runner over at second base. Top of the eighth. Marsh will step up to the plate. And the pitch, it looked a little high, but it's a called strike anyways. Marsh's average is at .263. Those have 7 homers and 32 runs knocked in. 0-1, here it is. Swing and a miss. He's 1 for 6 against Pierce Johnson during his career, with a double and 4 strikeouts. 0 for 2 today. The ball is 2 strikes. And the 0-2, here it is. Line drive it out to right field. It is a foul ball, though. Phillies have only put up 1 run in their last 18 innings. The ball is 2 strikes. And the pitch. And that's low. And just a hair outside. What's going on, Steve? How you doing, man? Drop your link down below, my guy. 1-2 is the count. And the next pitch, swing and a miss, and Marsh strikes out, and the inning is over. Pierce Johnson comes on in relief for the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Braves lead at 6-0. Stubbs does have one option, says Denbrew, but I highly doubt they send him down. But Pache and Merrifield would have to clear waivers to be sent down. Dahl has options, but he has the right to refuse to be sent down, which means he could opt out and become a free agent. So essentially, the Phillies would have to trade Whit Merrifield. Is that possible? Thought we got a win in those 18 innings. Well, they only scored 1 run last night. That was 9 innings. And so far, in 8 innings today, they've put up no runs. So that's 17 innings when you add that up. So. And then they didn't score in the 9th last night. So it's been 18 innings. You're just not considering today. It's really been 19 because they didn't score in the 8th either of Friday's game. I think it's our worst game of this season. Well, let's put it in this perspective. The Phillies have not been shut out a lot of times. And to be exact, honestly, I don't think they've been shut out at all. Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, they were shut out. Last time they got shut out, it was on May 28th. And that was against the Giants. They ended up losing 1-0 that game. That was in extra innings, and that was the ghost runner situation. The Phillies didn't even allow a hit, and it was just a walk-off sac fly. Trader hopes someone picks him up off of waivers to take his salary. That's true. Somebody can clear up waivers. Bottom of the 8th, Travis d'Arnaud up at the plate. And still pitching is Phillips. Phillips has been really good today. 43 pitches. Bottom of the 8th, he'll be facing d'Arnaud, Duvall, and Arcia. And the pitch is low for ball 2. We didn't cover the Cubs game that they lost 10-2. That was on the 4th of July. 2-0 pitch, and that's taken inside for ball 3. Yeah, but they still put up runs. Like, they had the lead. That, this is just a no-show with offense. 3-0 pitch. Fly ball hit out over to right field. Marsh does get under it, and they'll make the grab for out number 1. The good news is that they're getting Kyle Schwarber back, and that should help. They really should. They'll put him back in the leadoff spot. They get another power hitter back in their lineup, and that'll be nice. Here's Adam Duvall, and he'll lace this one out to left center field, and it's going to go all the way towards the wall, and Duvall's going to jog on into second base. So he is a triple shy of the cycle. Home run, a double, a strikeout, and a single. So he doubles here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies will be back in action on Tuesday night against the Dodgers. They have the day off tomorrow. Up to bat is Arcia. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. And the pitch is taken for a strike at the knees at 94 miles per hour. Braves, on the other hand, Braves will be, I believe, heading out to the West Coast. Have a little West Coast road trip. Count is now 1-1 to Arcia. They actually play tomorrow. They play against the Diamondbacks for a 4-game set and then head out to San Diego. Pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. Turner fields it and throws it over to first. It was a low throw, but a good dig out by Cody Clemens. And there's 2 away. Phillips is only allowed 2 hits today and 1 run in about 5 innings. Pitch, here it is. It's taken for a strike. Really, it's been about 4. What is going on the radio side with Fransky and Stocker? They're showing them, and they flipped their hands up in the air. I don't know what was going on. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch chopped foul to make it a 0-2 count. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe as well. 2 outs, 2 strikes, no balls, and the pitch. Check swing, did he go? And the first base umpire says, yes, he did. And the Phillies have their last chance as we head to the top of the ninth. It's 6-0 Atlanta. And Castellanos, Clemens, and Merrifield coming up in the order. Let's get a like count mod squad. How many likes do we have on here? Let us know down below. And if you guys want to donate to the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. Just hit the super chat button. That's all you got to do. Try to go on for every single Phillies game. $125. All right, good. I think we got penalized from what happened last night, but I'm not really worried about that. So I think our viewers have gone down. Plus, they're getting blown out today, so that does not help either. That certainly doesn't help. If you guys have any sort of feedback, I'm always welcome to feedback. Please email me. All right, jasonjosephonair@gmail.com is my email. One thing I'm going to try to do today and tomorrow as well is I'm going to try to update the setup a little bit more. I want to rearrange some things, and I want to make the setup for me feel a little bit better. Okay, we can say the Braves own the Phillies. Can't even score one. I mean, I'm still watching, says Tyler. Yes, you are. You are still watching. I will say not to make any excuses, but you're still missing Schwarber, Harper, and JT. And those are three big pieces in your lineup. And yes, they're missing Michael Harris, and Acuna's out for the season. But let's put that into consideration too. Phillips today was outstanding. 4 innings, 1 earned run, and 7 strikeouts. The pitch, here it is. And that's fouled off. That's true too. Aaron Bummer is going to be pitching for the top of the ninth for Atlanta. So he's the 4th relief pitcher today used by the Braves. The 0-1, swing and a miss to Nick Castellanos. Nick is 0 for 2. He walked in the 4th. His average now sits at 237. Don't forget, after this stream, you're more than welcome to go on and tune into Orioles Birdwatcher. The 0-2 pitch, here it is. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow center field. On the run is Kelenic, and he does make the catch. And there's one gone in the top of the ninth. So this would just be... Let me make sure I get this correct. I said before that the last time that they were shut out was against the San Francisco Giants. It was a 1-0 ball game. This would, I think, be the 3rd shutout. The 3rd time this year the Phillies have gotten shut out. 1 out in the pitch. That's taken low for a ball. Edmundo Sosa up at the plate. Batting in the 6th spot in the 1-0 pitch. Way up high and outside for ball 2. 2-0, here it is. Swing and a miss. Bummer on the bump. Aaron's 30 years old from Valencia, California. 3.86 ERA, the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball into the hole out in left field for a base hit. And Sosa gets aboard. Came in to pinch hit for Cody Clemens. And the 7th spot coming up for the Phils. 3.86 ERA for Aaron Bummer. Last outing was on July 4th against the Giants. He went 1 inning and had a 1 strikeout. Comes Whit Merrifield, is 2 for 3 today, and he takes a strike just on the outside edge to make it an 0-1 count. 2 for 3 today with 2 singles and a stolen base. And the 0-1 is taken for strike 2. Last time Merrifield had 2 hits was on June 13th against the Red Sox. 0-2, here it is, and that is going to be popped up, hit out over towards shallow right field, and Albies will make the basket catch over the shoulder. And, whoop, Phillies are down to their final out. So Merrifield pops out the second, and it's all up to Garrett Stubbs. Merrifield hasn't gotten a 3-hit game for the Phillies, and I don't really think that surprises anybody, but this is his 5th multi-hit game. Christian Pache will come on up to bat in place of Garrett Stubbs in the pitch. There's a ground ball hit down the right field line. It is a fair ball. So Duvall gets over to it. He bobbles it, and then Mundo Sosa will go on over to third base. And stopping at second is Christian Pache. That's going to bring Johan Rojas to the plate. Pache did a good job of just bouncing it over towards the first base side. Tyler, we need everybody healthy. 11 pitches by Bummer. And up to bat is Rojas before we get back to the top of the order. 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch is inside for a ball. Took a sweeper at 83 miles per hour. So his next game will be against the Dodgers on Tuesday night at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time. The 1-0 is inside for ball 2. Zach Wheeler will be on the mound for Philadelphia, and he'll be facing off against Bobby Miller, 25-year-old who has a 6.12 ERA. The game will be at home at the bank. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. That four-seamer was right down the middle. Wednesday's game against the Dodgers, that will be at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Gavin Stone will be facing Christopher Sanchez, and that should be a very good rubber match. 2-1, here it is. High bouncer, hit over towards the mound, and the throw over to first is just in time, and that's the ball game. So, it was played on a bounce, and that's going to do it. So, for the third time this year, the Phillies have been shut out, and, well, the Braves able to take the series against the Philadelphia Phillies as they win 6-0. All their damage pretty much came in the bottom of the second, and that was the ball game. Reynaldo Lopez pitched 6 scoreless innings, allowed 2 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts at a 1.71 ERA, or now has a 1.71 ERA this season. So the Phillies dropped 2 of 3 to the Atlanta Braves and only put up 1 run in their last 20 innings. So, tough one by the Phils. Yeah, a tough one. I have some thoughts. I'll get to that in a second. But I do want to hear one word that you guys have to say to describe that game. How would you describe this one? I actually take a moral victory out of this, and I see the potential of Tyler Phillips. And I think that that's a really good thing for the Phils. Maybe they should make him the 5th starter. I know it's just 1 outing, but I don't think Mercado had his stuff today and really just did not do so well. So, 0 offense, that's 2 words. That's not 1 word. Ugh, that's 1 word. 1 word to describe it. 1 word. How would you describe that one? Punched. punched. That's a good one. Asleep. Ugly. Yeah. All good words, I would say. It was disappointing. Let's be honest. Yeah, the Phillies were at a disadvantage without JT, Harper, and Schwarber. But Ranger, like when you look at the series, Ranger really just did not have his stuff yesterday, and that was disappointing. But when we talk about today, I actually thought that the Phillies had a chance in the fourth inning to get back into the game, and the fourth inning to me was the ball game. You have Bohm grounds out over to third. Marsh gets on with a walk. He steals a base. Castellanos gets on with a walk. And Clemens, unfortunately, grounded into a fielder's choice. That thing almost got by Matt Olson. I think that we have a different game, But sometimes the way it goes, baseball is all about momentum. And so you knew that Michael Mercado was going to get lit up. And he did in the second inning. He really did. But the Phillies had a chance to bounce back, and I thought that they didn't take advantage when they should have. And that was the most disappointing thing to me. I'm proud of Phillips today. The bullpen did their job, and I said, this is going to be a game where we see what we have out of our bullpen. And luckily enough, Phillips was able to hold the fort down. And he still put the Phillies in a position to try to come back. But Reynaldo Lopez, you tip your cap to him. He made the pitches that he had to pitch. He's been a good pitcher for them this year. And the Phillies just were not able to capitalize. But that fourth inning to me was the moment where they had the momentum, and that could have changed the game. One inning where you get one through the hole and you get a run on the board, and you have two runners on with one out, that changes things. So I think that they had a chance there, and that was their opportunity that they missed. But tough one, and now you got to focus on coming home, all right? Because they can still this series coming up against the Dodgers is going to be really, really huge. So when they fall back or flat on their face, how do they respond? Usually this season, it's been a pretty strong sighting. Now, you're going back home. You have the off day tomorrow, the travel day, and you're facing the Dodgers. You hit the reset button. I want to see how they respond. And I think that they can do it. I do. I think Tuesday night is a golden opportunity. I really do. Zach Wheeler's going to be on the mound. We need Wheeler to be strong out there. The Dodgers are missing Mookie Betts, so there's no question that he's a big part of their offense, but they still have Teoscar Hernandez. They have Shohei Ohtani, who's having an MVP season, and Freddie Freeman's doing well, too. They got a crew. But how did they respond? How do the Phillies respond on Tuesday going up against Bobby Miller? They should put up runs against this guy. They should. I think that they should do a good job with that. And then Wednesday's going to be a tougher one, going up against Gavin Stone. JJ special All-Star Team announcement pod. What does that mean? Hardcore for all. Hey, now I always hit the like button and I'm subscribed. Disappointed game today. I hope my tray wasn't hurt bad. Go Phillies on Tuesday. Have a great rest of your day. Appreciate it, Butterfly. Appreciate it. All right. I love you all to death. And I will see you all on Tuesday. Don't forget, though, please hit the notification bell icons because we are probably going to have a Sixers pod and an Eagles pod coming out a little bit. We also are going to have a collaboration next week with Simone Stanley. That's going to be really cool. You heard it here, 110 of you, and I'm sure that not a lot of people are going to be able to hear that right now. I'll have to keep them all up to date, too. So, yeah, so Simone Stanley from Simone with the Sports. Awesome content creator. We'll do that. All right. Love you all. Oh, All-Star Team. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that. That's what you meant to say. All right, love you all, and I'll catch you all later, man. Have a good rest of your day.